On March 27th, Elvin Penner was finally called to face justice in a court of law. He was formally arraigned and is set to reappear in court on May 29, 2014, when the claimant, Kola, will disclose evidence gathered against him. Unfortunately, all that evidence is in the hands of government-appointed or affiliated bodies, so Kola isn't making any headway where that is concerned.
They've given us, quote-unquote, a referendum that when the coalition to save our natural heritage tried to use that avenue, it failed. They said they gave us a recall mechanism. When we tried that avenue, it failed. Now we're trying a private prosecution recommended by the Prime Minister. And if this failed, it would have been because the government has failed. It would have been because we have a failed system and we live in a government with a government that is conducive to failure. We are hoping despite the challenges that we are facing currently, we want to assure the public, the Belizean populace, that Kola isn't giving up.
Not giving up, but facing significant hurdles. Kola's primary source of information theoretically should have been Commissioner of Police Alan Wiley, who was ordered by the Supreme Court in early March to launch an investigation into Elvin Penner. That certainly hasn't worked out.
He has ignored our correspondence. He has not responded, whether positively or negatively. He's saying nothing. He's doing nothing. And so what we plan to do under the Freedom of Information Act is to invoke. There's a section which allows for the Ombudsman to look into the reasons why the Commissioner of Police would not want to respond to us.
In the meantime, Kola then turned to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Cheryl Lynn Vidal.
Our focus is on the Commissioner of Police and, by extension, the DPP. There has been a lot of back and forth, as I said. They have been turning over the file to each other back and forth. The latest meeting we had with the DPP on Friday, just this Friday that passed, she informed us that she has once again sent that file back to the Commissioner of Police. So I don't want to cast any aspersions, but in fact I am becoming very wary that every time we're supposed to be getting the file, supposed to be getting copies, we're not getting anything, we're not getting anywhere. So the DPP on Friday assured me, and I have written to her again this past Monday, referring to that assurance that in fact she will deliver at least, at the very least, copies of the file, which she will now seek to get back from the Commissioner of Police.
So from there, it was on to the Auditor General, Dorothy Bradley.
It is sad for me to report today that we have received a response from the Auditor General, which I find to be totally unsatisfactory, in that she's saying she will not provide the documents, the material evidence that she has gathered because of two things. Firstly, she refers to a report. I have handed copies out to you guys. She refers to her Auditor General's report, which she says under the Constitution she cannot deliver to us until she tables that in the National Assembly. We at no point, and I want to make that categorically clear, at no point did we ask the Auditor General for her report. So she is now mixing up two things. What we asked for in our letter was for material and evidence gathered, something separate and apart from her report.
The second basis is that the report is not final and complete and therefore is exempted. Musa says he can find no section in the Act which supports that rationale. But blocked there, they turn to the Ombudsman.
Based on a review of the documents and information above mentioned, the Ombudsman hereby affirms the decision of the Auditor General to deny access to information requested by Kola. Again, it is important for the nation to appreciate that these two entities, these two institutions, are functionaries of the government. The Auditor General is appointed by the Prime Minister. The Ombudsman is appointed by the Prime Minister. The buck stops at the Prime Minister, the very same Prime Minister who recommended to Kola, recommended that there be a private prosecution utilizing this very Freedom of Information Act. And we are now 3 weeks away from the disclosure date, and you can see where the functionaries are setting up the blocks for us.
With time running out, Musa says that while they will not back down, it is very likely they will need to ask for an adjournment when the case is called on May 29th. Mike Rodon for News 5.